Today, in mathematical formulation of quantum mechanics, we are going to start a very important concept. And this concept is nothing but simply the Dirac, Bra and Ket algebra. You know, this idea is indispensable for the study of quantum mechanical theory. So, to start with Dirac, Bra and Ket algebra, I would like to first of all acquaint you some notations that is called Dirac notation, and after that we will develop the Bra and Ket algebra introduced by Dirac and its different properties. Actually, you know that the physical state of a system, particularly quantum system, is represented by elements of Hilbert space in quantum mechanics. And these physical states represented by the elements of Hilbert space are known as state vectors. Actually, these state vectors are represented in different bases by means of function expansions. You can say this is analogous to specifying an ordinary or geometrical vector, that is the vector of Euclidean space, by its components in Cartesian coordinate system, in a spherical polar coordinate system, or in cylindrical coordinate system. Actually, the meaning of a vector is independent of the coordinate system chosen to represent its components. Similarly, the state of a microscopic system, that is quantum system, has a meaning independent of the basis in which it is expanded. So, to free the state vectors from coordinate meaning, Dirac introduced some symbols, and those symbols, or you may say notations, and those notations are in fact known as Dirac notations. Actually, Dirac notations allow one to manipulate the formalism of quantum mechanics with ease and clarity. So let us now start. What was the notations used by Dirac to develop the quantum mechanical theory? So step by step, one by one, we will learn about first of all the Dirac notations. So first notation is Ket notation. You may say Kets. Kets. Actually, Kets are elements of a vector space. Elements of a vector space. Dirac denoted the state vector psi by a particular symbol. A state vector psi, which is used in Hilbert space or vector space, a state vector psi was denoted by a particular symbol, and that symbol is written as like this, and this is in fact called Ket vector. Ket vector psi, or you may simply say Kate vector, not Kate vector psi. We can say this is simply a Kate vector. Kate vector. Actually, Kates belong to the Hilbert space denoted by H, or in short, you may say that this Kate vector belongs to the Kate space. This Kate psi belongs to Hilbert space. Hilbert space H, or to the Kate space. So remember this notation, how a Kate vector is written or denoted. The another notation introduced by Dirac was bra vectors. Bras. Kates, and after that bras. In fact, bras are elements of dual space, or you may say dual Hilbert space. So these are elements of dual space. Definitely, I hope you have studied in linear algebra that a dual space can be associated with every vector space, and Dirac denoted the elements of this dual space by a particular symbol or notation that is called bra notation. It means bra notation is used for the elements of dual space, or you may say dual Hilbert space. And how we write this notation bra? This is in fact bra psi, a state vector psi of dual space. Is denoted by the symbol like this, and it is called what? We call it bra psi. Bra psi, or simply bra, or you may say it's simply bra, only bra. These are the basic notations of Dirac bracket algebra. Here I would like to mention two important things. In a remarkable fact, we note two remarkable facts. First of all, you should note that for every Kate psi there exists a unique bra psi and vice versa. It means whenever there will be a cat's eye, correspondingly there will be a brass eye. So first important fact is, for every cat's eye there exists there exists a unique brass eye, and vice versa. And vice versa means, you can say that for every brass eye there exists a unique cat's eye. And the second remarkable fact, which I have already mentioned above, that the cats belong to the Hilbert space H, while the corresponding brass belong to its dual Hilbert space denoted by the symbol HD. So cats belong to Hilbert space H. And the corresponding branch belong to dual Hilbert space HD. So remember these two important facts. The first one says that for every cat's eye there exists a unique brass eye, and vice versa. It means for every brass eye there exists a unique cat's eye. And second remarkable fact is that the cats are the vector elements of Hilbert space H, and the corresponding branch are the vectors of the dual Hilbert space denoted by HD. Now, the third important notation introduced by Dirac, which is in fact most important notation, is bracket. Bracket. Actually, when we say the notation bracket, it means we are talking about the notation introduced by Dirac for the scalar product of two state vectors. So you can say that this is Dirac notation. Dirac notation for the scalar product. When we say the notation bracket, it means we are talking about the notation for a scalar product of two state vectors. The scalar product of two state vectors is denoted by a particular symbol known as bracket symbol, and this symbol is written as like this. This is in fact the symbol for the scalar product of two vectors, that is, this symbol is known as bracket symbol. Bracket symbol. In fact, this vertical line is common. You know this symbol denotes bra and this symbol denotes ket, and so bracket was represented by this symbol. For example, let us consider we have to denote the scalar product of two state vectors, say phi and psi. So in linear vector space, we have denoted this scalar product by writing phi and psi with a sign of comma between them inside a parenthesis, and that symbol in bracket notation will be written as how we will write. So a scalar product of phi and psi. You know, in linear vector space, this scalar product of phi and psi was denoted by this symbol. Now, in Dirac's bracket algebra, we denote this scalar product by the symbol bracket psi. This is the symbol for a scalar product. Here one thing we must be note, that when a ket or bra is multiplied by a complex number, we also get a ket or bra. It means if A is equal to a complex number, then if we multiply this complex number A to a ket vector, let us say ket psi, then result will be another ket, let us say psi prime. And similarly, when we multiply, one thing here we should note, this is a number, not an operator. When we will study in forthcoming lectures the linear operators, then you will see that operators are operated on bra vector not from left but from right. But this is just a number, so we can write A bra psi equal to another bra, let us say psi prime. Now, as we have studied under the heading a square integrable function, that in a function space we denote the scalar product by integration. So now in the bracket symbol, the scalar product of two state vectors will be again represented by integration if The vector elements are in fact the wave functions of quantum mechanics, and that wave function must be a square integrable. So here we should note in function space, or you may say in quantum mechanics, or more properly wave mechanics. Wave mechanics. Wave mechanics. Psi of RT, which is actually wave function, possesses the property of elements of vector space. So, in wave mechanics, the scalar product of two wave functions which are in fact a square integrable is represented by an integral. So let us say that psi of RT is a wave function, and whenever we write psi of RT, it means this is the wave function in position representation. This is wave function in position representation. Position representation. Actually, we will study in forthcoming lectures the different representation of wave function, like position representation or coordinate representation, momentum representation. But in all representation, the scalar product of two wave functions are defined in same manner. If we are considering here the position representation or coordinate representation, in that condition, the scalar product of phi and psi will be defined how? How we will define it? So, in the coordinate representation, coordinate representation, the scalar product bra phi ket psi is given as phi psi. This is in fact given as integral. This integral will have some limits, let us say a to b. This is not a proper problem, so I am not mentioning the limits here. And this product will be is defined in coordinate representation as phi star of RT psi of RT d3R. Actually, this D3R is the volume element in coordinate representation or in position representation. Similarly, if we are considering the three-dimensional momentum of a particle, then the kth psi will have to be expressed in momentum space. And in this case, the state of the particle will be described by a wave function, which is a function of momentum and time, not of position r and t, but of momentum p and t. And in similar manner as we have defined the scalar product of phi and psi in equation 1 in position representation, in the similar manner we define the scalar product of the functions phi and psi in momentum space 2, or momentum represent, not a space, momentum representation 2. We define in similar manner. So what I am talking that if you consider momentum representation instead of coordinate representation, then the wave function will be in fact momentum wave function, and a scalar product will be defined in same manner. Only we have to take the momentum wave function instead of the position wave function. So in momentum representation, momentum representation, the kth psi must be expressed in momentum space. Momentum space. And in this case, the state of the particle, is described by a wave function psi of pt. Note one thing here. I have written capital psi here to differentiate from this psi of rt. So whenever we will write the wave function in momentum space, that wave function will be a function of three-dimensional momentum vector and time. And to differentiate it from the wave function of position space, we have written the symbol of psi in capital letter. But the definition of a scalar product will not change, will not differ from the above definition. In this case, we again in this case, if we define the scalar product of phi with psi, then definition will be same. That will be simply integral of phi star. See here, I have written here capital phi star of P T and psi of PT D3P. Here D3P is what? This is in fact volume element in the momentum space. Say it is equation number 2. So these are some important symbols of the Dirac-Brillouin-Ket algebra. Some not, but there are only 3 symbols or 3 notations. First one was for the Ket vector, second one was for the Bra vector, and the third one which defines the scalar product, that is called bracket notation. So today I have just introduced you the 3 important notations of Dirac-Brillouin-Ket algebra. Now after this, in the forthcoming lectures, we will discuss the bracket algebra introduced by Dirac in quantum mechanics. First of all, we will discuss the different properties of Kets, Bragg and brackets, and after that we will study its important consequences in formulation of quantum.